2 or 3 sessions.
I
So
get you. We are live. I just turned it on. So
okay, okay.
we are open.
You gonna count us in, or are we good? We go.
No need to count in.
Oh, no
I've
count.
just
Oh,
clicked
oh,
the
we're
button.
hot. We're hot.
We're hot. Everybody knows that you didn't journal Ice Spire. You're in big trouble now.
Oh shit! Someone clip it.
Somebody clip it. It's done. The journal situation we were just talking about before getting here. Hey, Wolfgang, welcome, brother. We are playing some good stuff. What is up? We're playing some Ironsworn, getting into it. It's been a while, 2 weeks, but we were just talking about how I did not properly journal the last episode, which I'm very bummed about because I think I do remember most of it, but maybe you can help me patch it together.
Because I'm looking at the points on the map because we were moving east now, right?
We were moving east, so we have escaped Atan and Dismoshk, the Tower
and then we
of
were
Darkness.
dragging our asses. So
yep, dragging our asses. I think I remember literally what happened was we got you out of there. We got you out of the Han Solo frozen situation. You are no longer you. There was a time skip. It was rough for Kataka. I remember that she had some lag. I think we gave her a couple detriments from that, and we had to kind of get you rested and get you back into to fighting condition. But we needed to also travel as far away from Dismoshk as we possibly could. I do remember that we made our way through the tundras of the Vale, which if I scroll down here, Veiled Mountains is where we were cutting through. Veiled Mountains, I will remind our audience, massive peaks shrouded in roiling clouds, howling beasts, endless snows, precarious mountain trails, stone cairns marking the dead, abandoned settlements, and circling wyverns. And here's a nice piece of art to illustrate that.
I forgot we rolled dead on something.
Yeah. Well, I don't know that we didn't die. I don't think we straight up died or anything, but we rolled we rolled like a pretty rough travel from what I remember, making our way across the land. But I believe you as Kataka were heading that. I think you got a few failures, and it was like the first failures you've gotten in a while with the character.
Yeah, and we're heading for Red Watch Gate.
We're heading for Red Watch Gate, which is the only close settlement on Kataka's mind, because at this point, I believe Boss, after finally sort of solidifying his powers with Atan and the Tower of Dismoshk and making that sort of dark trade for his for freeing Atan, the Time Wizard, being able to get a grasp on his powers and saving you, it is at this point that Boss is focusing on repaying you for helping him get this far north, as he never would have made it in the first place without your assistance. And now we are heading towards the nearest settlement that you are aware of, and it's an interesting moment because a lot of this is still in the realm of your character development with Kataka and like what she wants to do in the north. Like what her plans are, and I don't know how much you know already, or how much you've pre-planned or thought of in this situation, or how much the oracles are going to decide.
I mean, I'm fine with a lot of it going to Oracle stuff because we kind of determined some basic things.
Yeah,
and I think that's in the interest of Ironsworn.
Ironsworn, kind of keeping things.
It'll be fun to kind of roll and then
figure it out as we go.
See what happened. Yeah,
absolutely. And I think our sort of last moments was I was implementing my shadow powers, turning into a horse and giving you extra speed, and we were cutting across the land like mega fast. And now that we have the shared sheet, we can actually see that we are halfway through our journey to the gate on our progress tab, which is awesome. And we're making our way to Red Watch Gate, which is the furthest north settlement of the Havens and the capital of the Ironlands, Lost Home, ruled by your brother Abram the Third.
And the border was determined by the Frostcrag Mountains, right? And this is the only entry north. Yeah.
Yep, exactly. And
So
we
that was why
we
we're heading
last
for it.
stopped
Yeah.
on the Frostcrag Mountains. I think we dictated that they were kind of on the border, and we were following that path, heading in this direction all the way
Okay.
down to the Red Watch Gate. And if I remember correctly, you had illustrated the final scene where, because of my sort of shadow horse form, we have teleported to a isolated peak of the Frostcrag Mountain, and we took a rest in like an ice cave that was in like a crack of the mountain
Forgot about
situation, if
that.
you remember.
Yep.
Yeah, we were
Yep.
completely isolated with no chance of having to deal with anything anything bad, and we stopped before we could even rest, if I recall. Let me cut back to previous rolls to see possibly what was done. Oh, it goes too far back. I'd have to open a chat log. Never mind. I don't believe we actually did the full rest. I don't believe we legit did a roll for our camp, unless it feels like we did. Let me see where we were sitting
I feel like we
statistically.
did and failed, or unless that was on the journey.
Did we? I think we.
Is that what I'm thinking?
I think you made.
'Cause-
I don't know if we failed the journey outright, but maybe we did.
well, not failing the journey, but I know that we tried to make camp at least once or twice, and we both rolled terribly.
Yep, and that was in the very
So-
beginning. I remember because just after we had left Dismoshk, we were trying to make a camp out in the bog, and it was not working out. We had described that the flood that happened sort of after I stopped the river from threatening Dismoshk Tower, that it had destroyed most of the land and it was not serviceable to us at all. I remember that, but I think that this one, I don't remember if we had actually rolled successful yet, because we are down 1 supply. We're at 4 supply. I'm at 3 health total. I'm at max spirit though. I'm doing great in the spirit realm. How are you looking in your personal sheet?
Health is
Stat-wise.
good. Spirit's not so good.
Yeah, I remember your spirit was pretty
So-
roughed up. I think we decided you took a big hit from the portal situation, or not the portal situation, but sort of the time gap itself. I remember you were taking a bit of a spiritual tag there, which is rough. But yeah, I can't really think of anything else that Frostcrag held for us. My only question is, did we make a camp? Did we actually camp in Frostcrag, or did we
I don't
not?
remember.
I don't know that we.
I don't remember if we did or
Do
not.
we want to just ask the Oracle if we successfully camped? Is that the easiest way to go about this?
The last thing I remember is like doing the whole, on the peak of the mountain. But
Yeah, we were like,
I don't remember if we
epic,
actually
and-
hunkered down and said we were gonna wait or not.
I really don't think we did, because you're sitting at low spirit, I'm sitting at low HP, we're at 4 supply. It feels like we haven't gained any kind of benefit that we would,
Yeah.
because we've been very safe about our movements, kind of using those rests when we can get them between journeys. So
Right.
do you think we just come out the gate with a make
The
camp?
Oracle. Yeah, why not?
I feel like a make camp
That's-
makes sense. Okay, so I think like a really good place to establish our role play in the beginning, because surprise, we are playing an RPG.
Whoa!
To some
Says who?
I can't believe it.
That's not what
This
this
is
is.
an RPG. I thought this was just a numbers game that you and I were playing.
I like numbers.
I like numbers and keeping
We play
track
because
of
we like math, obviously.
Math is great. The opening scene that I can imagine, if you're cool with me starting.
Oh, hit me.
We sort of see that like cool. Let me turn up my jams a little bit.
Got my
Sort of
jams.
see that it's very much in that Game of Thrones fashion, and I know there's been many openers or many scenes in the Game of Thrones series where snow is a prominent feature of the landscape.
Oh, yeah.
And I think we just sort of see that like just sort of the billowing sort of blizzard this far up in the peak of Frostcrag Mountain. I feel like it's sort of just battering against it, and we can sort of see that snow coming out, and we just see just a shot of this peak of this mountain, this sort of crack that we are in the side of the mountain itself, and that tiny little bit of light flickering from our cave, just literally this small itty bitty point of sanctuary that we have found at the peak of the Frostcrag Mountains, and I think the shot itself really needs to illustrate the darkness and the wilderness and the harshness of the area around us, and just how isolated and empty the space that we are in. We are literally the only souls at the peak of the mountain, probably the only souls within tens of hundreds of miles.
Well, we're talking like perpetual blizzard.
Perpetual blizzard.
It's gonna be so dark. Dark blizzard snow,
It is a GM-less campaign, Wolfgang, effectively. That is kind of the way that this works. It's we're both GMs. It's GM-less and filled with GMs at the same time. We're both GMs and players. It's weird that way.
Too many cooks,
Too many cooks. But I love what you just said about it being it's this.
Because if it's super harsh wilderness and we're up in the mountains, we're going higher in elevation, but that doesn't mean that clouds are not a thing anymore.
Exactly.
So if it's full-time blizzard even in the peaks, maybe we're not even on the tallest peak. So
probably not. Like, I think we're just on some nondescript peak of the Frostcrag Mountains. Yeah. I like that idea. I like that idea. But I think, it's that scene where it's just sort of getting that establishing shot. We can see that one against all the sort of blue and black, like sort of just dominating the scene, and that blizzard coming by, just that little peak of light. And then our next shot just turns over. And I think it's Boss taking some wood from probably one of our packs, something we probably prepared, knowing that we wouldn't be, we wouldn't always be resting near like forests kind of thing, and he just sort of
There's no chopping frozen trees right now.
Yeah, there's no trees up here. This is probably something we collected before, something that's part of our supplies effectively, and he's just sort of pouring them out of his pack. And I think he looks at you and he just says, "We're going to have to collect more wood once we get off the mountain. We should be prepared for fires as often as we can, lest we die in the cold."
It's probably a good idea.
He just adds some more of the sticks to the already kindling flames.
Are we able to see the gate from here?
The gate?
Do you think it's visible? Like, is this like
from
a,
here?
Home stretch kind of hope?
I don't know, because like where we are on the map itself, from Dismosh to Frostcrag to Redwatch Gate. Redwatch Gate's about the same distance as Dismosh from here, but how high up are we, and how thick is the blizzard? I wonder if it is possible to see it. What do you think?
It might. It's probably too thick.
Probably.
Too thick
I imagine it's probably too thick too.
Yeah. So I didn't know if
How far do you think we are from the gate?
Oh, that's right. No, because we flew. Didn't we get something to fly?
No, we didn't fly. My asset that was created by Pig allows me.
You flew on your horse.
Allows me
flew on your shadow horse.
Allows me to be a shadow horse boy.
We found like an outcropping in this giant chasm that we can't even see the bottom of.
I have the iron.
We're not on a peak anywhere. We're the side of the freaking mountain.
Summon large black iron warhorse to aid you on its swift traits. A +1 to all speed-related edge rolls and a +1 to undertake a journey when traveling in the horse.
Holy shit! I didn't realize we were. We're like Skyrim horsing it right now.
We were Skyrim horsing
to the top.
Yep,
yeah.
We literally... Well, the way we described it is that when I step into the shadows, because I was mixing it with one of my core abilities that wasn't a homebrew asset, where I was using the horse and I was also using the shadow step for journey. So we're like moving through shadows. So like elevation doesn't matter. We're just kind of like came out in this obviously shadowed crevice of this crack in the mountain. So we are able to like
because we established like nothing was going to get to us here. We were worried about the wildlife.
Yeah, and like we were deciding it would have to be an avalanche or something else to happen that would be terrible if we rolled poorly on the mate camp. But yeah, before we roll anything, this has been a while since I've gotten to sit down and talk to Kataka. So how long before we make it to this gate that you speak of?
Considering the weather, I'd still say we have a good couple of weeks.
Couple of weeks? That is some time.
This place tests travelers for a good reason. What lies beyond that gate is not something for normal people.
Is it beyond the gate that we wish to go?
Yes.
I've heard stories, tales of the Shattered West. Only that it is an alien place. One that no one comes back from.
I've already told you I perished there once.
Yes. A disturbing thought. No one comes back. If you have died and returned for whatever reason, who's to say that we will not die as well? And who's to say we are guaranteed a return?
I don't have the answer.
I have risked, you have risked, quite a bit for me, and I am willing to risk quite a bit for you. So, whatever lies beyond, do not worry. I will not turn away as a coward. I just want to make sure that we are approaching this in a manner that is going to be successful.
We can worry about that later. For now, we need to warm up.
Indeed. I will ask you again another time what our purpose is beyond the gate. You have been vague thus far, but I leave you to your own.
When we have more energy,
Yeah,
I'm still something. I don't know what Atan did to me. My bones still feel weak.
we need to get you fully recovered before we face whatever we do beyond these mountains. I will put more wood on the fire, and he just pushes much of the dry kindling that he can to get the fire going. And yeah, let's. I think we need to make this. I think we need to make this.
Here it goes.
By the way, the entries do look different if you scroll up. I've done a few test ones. They've kind of changed the look. They've gone with the dark theme, which I think is cool, and it kind of like highlights and does a little different. It's different. It's new. It takes some getting used to, and I think we'll figure it out. Yeah. So we have a wonderful rest roll ahead of us. Let me take a peek at this bad boy here, because it's been a while since I've.
So we're looking under.
We're going to moves, yeah. So.
Yep. Oh yeah, it's all. I already had trouble finding it.
Yeah, the moves are very different. So if
okay, I see make camp.
For the stream, for the sake of the stream, and anybody watching on YouTube who's watching probably a previous episode going into this one, they updated the sheet a lot. So if we have any trouble, that is why. It's all been moved for the better, but so now the roll button is a giant roll at the top. I kind of like that, because before it was confusing sometimes when it was the dice.
Well, they also added, if you can see, they added a search button.
They did! Holy crap! You can just search it now.
If you do have trouble finding it, we can at least start typing camp and hopefully find what we want.
Let me see this. Oh wait, I can't make camp. It's a little finicky. Oh wait, it just highlights it. Okay, that's interesting. Alright.
Okay, alright.
Cool. Well, it's when you rest and recover for several hours in the wild, roll plus supply on a strong hit, you and your allies may each choose 2. So we're rolling our supply. Our supply is 4, and we can roll off of our shared sheet, which is the supply up in the corner. We just hit I believe we just clicked the word supply, but who is the one who clicks the button? I feel like it should be you, since
because Boss kind of ran us up the cliff.
I got us here effectively. I mean, you were. I can't remember. No, I was the one who rolled the last the move check, because I'm on the horse. That's right.
Yep. So we've been kind of trading.
That's right. We've been trading, because you also have like 4 wit, so you're like a super human when it comes to traveling.
I also have 1 spirit, so I've been kind of trying to push it off on you a little bit.
Yeah, that's true. We need you to not literally lose everything, and I believe
I don't need to be enduring stress in the middle of a blizzard.
No. You have 1 spirit.
Yeah.
I don't think we've had a successful camp. I think that was something that we emphasized. This was our first chance.
Yeah, because we've been pushing. Pushing to get there.
There, exactly. I think we've had to keep going because our camps have failed. I remember. This has been put off for weeks. All right. Well, we really need a successful camp, so I need this supply roll to go well.
All right. So I will make camp.
Yep.
And I'm gonna go.
Yep. Yep.
Shit, I don't have wild blood, so it's gonna be supply.
Yep, it's just going to be our supply bonus. Oh, by the way, that's going to unfortunately use your supply bonus, which isn't on the shares.
I've matched.
You've matched
I've
it?
matched
Is that
it
4?
to our
Perfect.
shares.
That works.
Yep.
That works. Yep. I'll
so
just
we
do
get
that. I'll
accurate.
just do that for myself. Perfect. Let's get it.
All right. So supply. You ready for this shit?
Yep, I'm ready.
No modifier. Okay.
Okay, it's a weak hit. I don't know. I'm
on a
not
weak
like
hit,
hyped
you
about
choose-
that.
You choose one. On a weak hit, you choose one at least. So I'm going to take the one spirit.
Yeah, you absolutely need that.
I need
I'm gonna take the health because I got fucked up
Okay.
as a bear man. One
a
health
2.
for me and any companions. I don't have any companions. Oh my god, I really wish you had more spirit, dude. That's so rough. I mean, you were only able to get one. The only other way to gather spirit, from what I remember in this game, is to make a bond, which is just not a opportunity.
I was pretty messed up after running out of the Atom thing. So
yeah, I think like Sojourn.
We were able to like heal me up, but we couldn't get the
Sojourn gives you 2 spirit. We need to get to Red Watch Gate. That absolutely has to happen. So is a weak hit, and as with this game, we need to frame fiction around the moves. That way, they're not just empty moves.
Of course,
we've already sort of started the fiction. We've done one side. What is the weak hit effectively doing here? Like, what is it? What is the reason why we're not able to do amazing here? Is it just the environment? Is it just the fatigue?
We're so fatigued. I just gained a spirit because we just barely succeeded this time. So we've been trying to camp in the mountains up to this point, and we've not been able to successfully. I remember we were trying to make camp once, and we had to sleep like out in the wilderness in the middle of everything. So
God,
it's just been grueling. We've been physically and mentally just drained from continuing to push because we couldn't make camp. We just kept pushing.
Is the illustration of this just seeing just how weary, like especially Kataka is in this moment, how unable to grasp at rest, and like I'm imagining like a scene with the flickering of the flames, boss trying to portion out as much as he can the bit of tinder that he has to keep the flame going. And I think it's just like imagining like a shivering Kataka and like a shivering boss, like trying to keep that flame
and
going.
It's affecting setting stuff up. We're just so ragged.
We're not like bothered or haggard by any kind of other situations than the environment itself. Like there's no creatures coming to kill us, but we're in such an isolated and terrifying place that is hostile, that it's just difficult to stay. So yeah, I'm absolutely imagining just the tinder. I love that, the spark, trying to keep it and just seeing the flash. And yeah, I think the sun goes down. We get that sort of establishing shot again of the sun going down. Like we see it's like a sped up time lapse kind of thing. We see the night stars go by, the blizzard it stops, it comes again, it stops, and the sun comes up. We see the light. And I think we pause and come back to our sort of normal time as Boss is once again sort of packing things together. We probably see Kataka doing some of the same. So travel from here. We don't plan to climb down the mountain, do we?
Peer over the edge.
Yeah, I think we've stepped out, and peer over the edge of the crack, and it's just like
you could just see it like
down. So do you remember? You're a Lord of the Rings fan. Do you know the scene, third Lord of the Rings movie, when Frodo throws Gollum over the crack, kind of thing? He gets rid of him just after getting out of Shelob's lair, and he's like battling with Smeagol, and he throws him over the side, and he falls down like a cliffside. Do you remember that?
Yeah, it was like the really steep.
The really steep. That is what I'm imagining
to cross,
looking
like this
over.
Itty bitty little path.
Yep.
You know? Yeah. Yep.
I'm imagining just looking. It's just
same shit. There's like this very maybe really small path that we need to work our way across. Yep. Or if you've seen the Witcher series, there's also a scene like that too, where like there's really rickety wood along the side of the freaking, very few people take this way because
yeah, it's not. I don't even know if this is like a how. Like this cave that we're in is just a natural cave complex. I don't even think anything has been here before. Yeah. We are the first. Yeah, you look down, and I probably look down with you. We see both our characters kind of like lean over. So, in the horse again.
We can try that. Or we can try and find footholds, which is not what I would choose.
I think it would be safer to try and travel in the shadows.
Okay.
Do not worry. I have control. Atan may have had different goals, but he did teach me. Truly.
I hope so.
Yeah, and I think he looks down at his hand, and the sort of darkness overtakes it as the veins kind of fill in with the sort of black magic, and he immediately begins to just sort of like tense up as it goes all the way up his neck. And
as he's doing this, she kind of like recoils, sort of like waiting to, you know.
Oh yeah. And I'm gonna use my custom essay here, the Iron Horse. Summon a large black iron warhorse to aid you. Take on its swift traits, +1 to all speed-related edge rolls, and +1 to undertaking a journey when traveling with your horse. Sacrifice momentum to add bonus distance. -1 momentum for a tick. I do not have any momentum.
I have so much momentum, but no spirit.
Wish it was you.
Like, what the hell?
I so wish it was you. A miss on said roll will disable it and benefit for 3 rolls. It also, if it seems like I'm ignoring limited gameplay, it's because I am. That's the guy I work next to, and he's a troll. He's a massive troll. Don't listen to him. He's a dork. Dennis!
We know who that is.
Dennis only shows up to these games because he knows it bothers me the most. So we know who he is. If he's trolling, don't worry about it. Just ignore him. He's a dork. I'll ban him if he gets stupid. I will ban you, Dennis. He loves when I ban him. It's his favorite thing in the world.
Oh yeah. He gets some satisfaction out of it.
I'll do it very quickly. Do not worry. It's his favorite thing in the world. I do hope he's doing well, though. He is my buddy.
Professional troll.
Professional troll, indeed. Okay, so in any case, I take on the Iron Horse. I think we decided before that I could only because we actually read it wrong. Pig pointed out to me because we were changing it. I thought one tick he was talking about one entire box, but it's actually just a dash. I had just read it wrong, so I actually thought that it's very good because the way he wrote it works out with a tick. But unfortunately, I'm unable to use that benefit. But I definitely want the +1 to undertake a journey in this situation. So I think we're going to push that. Finally, acknowledgement. See, it's what he wanted.
He loves the attention. That's all he's here for.
Notice me, senpai. I love you, bud. I see you. Don't worry. Okay, so I can undertake a journey, but I can also undertake a journey with my asset, which is the Shadow Walk, as above, and I may also travel along hidden paths of the Shadow Realms to undertake a journey plus Shadow instead of Wits. And if I do, I have to endure stress. What even is... oh yeah, stress is a hit on my spirit. That's what it is. Okay. It's been a while since I've played.
Well, isn't that why I lost mine? I think I endured stress like right after rejoining you.
Absolutely.
So,
I think we immediately.
I'm pretty sure I dumped
that's
that.
What it was. Yeah, it was like a level 4 stress bomb, and it was like.
Well, it's because we had established that she was
fucked up
that state for 2 weeks, 3
Oh
weeks?
no, it was like months, dude.
Months?
It was months. We had to up it.
You broke her out, and then it all caught up with her at once.
Yeah, all caught up.
So
my only thing my iron horse in this situation is doing is it's giving me that +1. So I have literally a +4, just like you, but I'm gonna endure stress. But it also gets us off this mountain, so we don't have to thematically risk the fact that we're climbing.
I really don't want to try to climb this shit. You better succeed, bro.
No.
Better succeed this.
Dude, if this fails, I feel like we pop up mid fucking mountain about to fall. I'm scared, dude. I'm scared. Alright, so Shadow Walk is what we're doing. We get a +1 modifier. Alright.
I don't want to fall. and
I don't want to fall
I don't
either.
wanna fall.
I don't want to fall either. Okay.
Weak.
Okay.
Wow. Challenge dice 9.
Okay.
Why do you do that?
That's really rough. That's really rough, but it's a weak. It's just weak. On a weak hit, we reach our waypoint and we get to mark success, but we suffer 1 supply. So we're down to 3 supply. So
No problem.
That's
fine.
What is the frame fiction of this? How do we wrap fiction around that move getting a weak hit? What is the supply that we sacrifice during this sort of like portal jump through the shadows to get off the mountain?
So, as I see it, you use as much energy as possible, even after like that weak camp, and you sort of push us up to catch the edge of this cliff and try to pull ourselves over, and partway up you start to lose momentum. So we have to offload supply. We have to chuck supply for you to be able to make the rest of the arc, the journey. To kind of propel us forward. So that's what I would say is we have to dump a supply.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. So I'll go to the shared sheet, update us to 3, and then we can update on our regular character sheets. Yeah, I'm just
so I think finding trying not to dump the food, probably finding some sort of wood, maybe like the wraps of wood and the twine, just kind of like
the fires.
Yeah.
And we just sort of see him go back. Yo, welcome back. Thanks for skill.
Yeah. Weak hit, so it's just kind of a just barely over the crest.
So are we mountain hopping? Is that your like your thought? Are we on another mountain?
Yeah.
I really
that's what we did before. Is we started at a lower point and we kind of pushed up over the chasm.
Yeah.
So,
I like that. You haven't missed much, Pig. We just sort of introed back in, succeeded. Weak hit on a make camp, and we've started to continue our journey towards the gate. And also got another weak hit. We're starting off weak, so we're just barely clinging on. So we lost some supply, and we are pushing forward. God damn, we were just talking about how we were rationing out wood, and like that's. We
had to dump some.
That's really not good. All right, so we make that jump. I have to suffer a stress, so I have to actually make a move and roll stress. Where is that even at? Suffer moves, endure stress. Here we go.
Yep.
All right, so I have to endure stress 1, so I already know I'm taking a spirit hit here, and that's just from using this. I'm totally using my spirit bonus on this 100%. Oh, yeah!
Oh,
10.
yeah, look at
Very
you,
cool.
10.
I could shake it off. If my spirit is greater than 0, suffer -1 momentum in exchange for 1 spirit. I only have 1 momentum. Or I can take a momentum and embrace the darkness. I'm embracing the darkness. I need momentum. I'm gonna let it sort of like just feed, and I think we can just sort of see as we're traveling up. The horse is a little more wild than normal. There's less of boss there. It's more animal beast than him. He's relying on that darkness to push us forward. And since you are literally riding the horse, I think that's definitely something as a rider that you can keen in on. That it's a bit of a wild animal when it takes control. All right, so we have made that first one, which means, since we're in a dangerous journey, we have reached it. We get to mark 2.
Oh.
2 boxes, so that puts us at 7 out of, and I'm using the shared sheet, puts us in 10? 7 out of 10, which is pretty good. Pushing our way towards the red gate. Now, we decided before that we didn't want to mark a location every time we rolled. We only wanted to mark a location when we were stopping, because it made more impact. Do we keep going, or do we feel like we need to keep taking rests? Because even though we just made that move, because you were saying it's going to take a few weeks to get to Red Watch Gate, for all we know, this entire move encompassed many days.
Could be a couple days. Yeah.
Could be
just landing,
just a couple days,
landing,
moving through the shadows, trying to probably pause, figure out direction that we're going. It's a lot of Kataka by herself, so it definitely feels isolating because I stay in horse mode. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Yes.
Just trying to hang on to this crazy energy, sort of, So that just means we need to stop more frequently.
Yeah.
We're already at the end of our sort of like physical capability.
Absolutely.
So we're coming up on the end of the journey. You know how it is when you're getting to like the end of the work shift or the end of your 15-hour drive. And just those last hour or two is just oh, you got to stop like every 15 minutes because you can't.
Do you think we mark a location, make camp, search for supplies? What do you think? Or do we think we keep pushing? You're at 2 spirit, my man. That's my only thing.
Personally, I would rather camp. I would try to camp again.
I think we could camp again. I think it's okay because even though it's only 1 roll, because we emphasized that before. 1 roll doesn't mean it's been a day.
It's the wilderness fighting against us as well, because we're in super harsh territory.
Absolutely.
Like, it's marked by the mountains and everything.
Yeah, that 1 roll could have counted for a ton of time moving across the land.
I guess I can make a roll.
So do we want to make camp initially, or do we want to gather supplies? Because we're at 3 supply. Do we want to try and see what we can scrounge up on this mountain?
I think once we fall below 3, we should
do it. So I think we're safe right now. I'm into that.
One more time.
No reason to save.
That way we're still able to fail this one.
Yeah. You totally make the camp roll because I think we see Boss coming out of the sort of dark horse mode and he's disturbed.
Right. Supply.
Come on. We need this to go well, brother. Ooh!
Yes,
look at your rolls. Challenge
1 and 2.
dice.
1 and 2 challenge dice.
Oh,
strong
my God.
hit. So take 2. Strong hit. Your care is helpful of you. Ally. Blah blah blah. Have the wounded condition. You can clear wounded as well, and then take or give up to 2 health.
Can you clear wounded? Wait, let me see. That's make camp is health for any companions. Suffer -1 supply and take 1 health for you and any companion.
Oh no. Oh shit! I read the wrong fucking thing.
Yeah. I think you're.
Here we go. All right. Strong
camp.
hit you and your allies. So choose 2. So you get.
Yep. From this.
Any
area.
of those from the list. You can take 1 health or. Yeah. So I'm definitely gonna take 1 spirit.
Companions only counts. It doesn't count for you and me. We're allies, not companions.
Gotcha.
So companions are like literal companion assets that you can pick up. That's only sojourn. Agreed. You need that spirit, 100%.
Yep. So I'm taking spirit, and then what I'm going to do as well.
Trying to think.
We don't need to heal. Like, we're good health wise. Except you've been healing each time. Yeah.
I'm at 4, but I'm kind of contemplating. I really want that prepare, man. I really want that. Prepare. You're gonna take prepare. So you're gonna be covering the next journey. I'm cool with that. Because I can immediately gain back spirit and health. Okay, thank God.
Yep. I'm at 3 out of 5 spirit now, so I think sort of.
I have literally maxed on my health and spirit. I'm doing great. So I think we see Boss as he comes out of this sort of shadow horse thing. He's looking like it's like a trying to gain back his sort of consciousness, but as he comes out of it, like Boss looks good. I mean, I feel like he looks ready. He looks prepared. He's not the same man at all from when we left Fool's Fall. It was many weeks ago, many months ago. So yeah, he's looking good, and Kataka is looking good.
Getting better, not perfect, but it's definitely an improvement over, several weeks ago at this point when we had just broken out of Atan's area. So
yeah, I feel like there's got to be some pieces of her coming
because
back.
those first couple nights were rough. It's like not even being able to.
Yeah, because it's catching up in time too. It's that like trying to solidify yourself in the space you are now, since you've been so disproportioned from everything else.
Yep.
I love it. So how do we illustrate this? Well, we the one thing we didn't do is and this will be exciting, we did roll it, but we need to frame the fiction, and in framing the fiction, I think we need to say, like, we need to ask the oracles where we are, like where
that's a good idea.
Where we actually took our rest. Yeah. So let's figure out where we landed. I'm gonna go here. We're gonna go with Ironsworn stuff. I feel like makes sense. Location. Let's get it. Plane. Okay. Some descriptors of the plane. Let's see if we can get that.
Wide
plane.
Wide savage.
Remote. I mean, all of that makes so much sense. Like, okay, so is it like a plateau? on like the top of a mountain kind of
tundra
situation?
plateau.
Like,
It's
tundra
just snow.
plateau,
just straight
snow.
flat snow. There's no trees, no peaks, no hills, no rolling, nothing.
Empty. And I feel like we don't need to illustrate another situation. I think we're still on the Frostcrag Mountain strip. I feel like we're still on that part, and this is just a section of it. Yeah, I like that. Just this this open, wide, vast, just flat snow plateau. I love it. Okay, cool. And we're just straight camping in the wilderness. We don't have any real like cover or anything.
Right.
I wonder. No, I think because we got a strong hit, I wanna believe it's not blizzarding, because I can't imagine us being out here.
What? Yeah, as high as we are, there's no way it's not.
Yeah, it's
so there are no trees to break the wind. There are no rocks to break the wind. Anything like that. It's very much like, well, I hope your pittance sits on the ground because.
So with that situation, like, I guess we got a strong hit on our camp. I guess we just sort of grit our teeth and like bear it to the best of our ability. And it turns out, I'm imagining the snow's deep enough that we're able to like push it out of the way and almost make like cover for ourselves in the situation.
Kind of and it's
digging a hole.
It's not soft and fluffy stuff. It's like the icy sort of, this is becoming ground, like solid ground, so we can.
We shouldn't be alive.
No.
We shouldn't be alive out here.
Definitely
This
not.
is
No normal
crazy.
person should be here.
I feel like you're alive because you're of Skuld heritage, and I'm alive because of the dark crap that's been pumped into me.
Yep.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah. So we brace for the night and take a rest here in these wild places.
Sure.
Coming into the next day, the travel ahead of us, I think, boss says, I believe we are beyond the peaks we were before. The land looks traversable. Perhaps you should take it from here. I do not want to surrender much more to myself until I've had a little time to recuperate.
I agree. I can take the next leg of the journey. I should be in better shape.
What was your prepared? Yeah, like what did that look like? I feel like that should be detailed. I'm wondering.
I think maybe either while we were creating camp or maybe during the night, as boss was sleeping, Kataka would be scouting the perimeter, maybe looking for marks of some kind in the plain.
Yeah. Trying to come up with anything.
Maybe there was a clearing in the clouds at one point in the blizzard. She saw some stars. Maybe could.
The stars. I actually really like that. You look up at the stars and like taking
because she has
where
spent
Redwatch Gate is.
so much time traveling the north. The frozen wastes and stuff like that. It's very much a.
She knows this place. I mean, like it's got to be like built into her memory. She's
got to be able to traverse some stuff like this. Yeah, for sure.
Makes sense.
So that would be like the preparedness. Probably spending some extra energy on getting a good rest and kind of pointing out where they're at.
Makes sense. We're almost to those gates, Pig. We're almost there. You gotta pray we don't get a miss.
We're getting there.
Because a miss can set us way back. It's not good.
It's a bad enough miss,
So you're pushing today. Like you've got that
That's
sort
right.
of star chart in the situation. I think.
So undertake a journey, right? But I get a +1 because we prepared first.
Hell yeah, you do. And I think we could see sort of the packs on our backs. I don't have to change into a horse, thank God. And
this is dangerous, right?
This is dangerous. Yep. And we're traversing our way across this sort of flat, icy plain, this plateau that we've come to.
I'm gonna use wits because wits are good. Let the cat down so that he doesn't.
Meow.
There you go. And modifier. Is there a plus in this box or just straight up 1?
1. Just 1.
Okay.
Should just be a 1. You could burn for a strong, man. You have 10 momentum.
I gotta burn 10.
You gotta burn a lot. But on a weak hit, we take a supply hit. Are we willing to take a supply hit? Because we're at 3. Like, what's it worth? It's up to you.
I gotta burn 10 momentum, dude.
Down to 2. That's
On
8.
a strong hit, you reach a waypoint. On a weak hit, you reach a waypoint and mark progress, but suffer supply.
Up to you. I'm willing to take the weak, honestly.
I feel like weak, and then we try to uncover supplies.
Yeah.
And save that momentum for.
I'm into it.
Like a hard fail. Yeah.
I'm into it.
So I think using, because being short on wood for fire, and we already used a bunch of it last night. So maybe that's where we're kind of feeling the supply hit there.
I think it makes sense. I think we've run out of wood, so we're like at 2 supply. So I'll mark 2 supply on the shared sheet and on my own.
Same.
Yep. And we're sitting at 9 on the journey to the gate. That's conclude zone. That is finisher zone. I feel like we could if we wanted to make the finisher roll with a 9. Right now, if you think it's worth it, or would you rather gather supplies first while we're out here? Let's do supplies.
Don't risk being an icicle.
All right, I'll make our supply roll here. I think we're traveling, keeping an eye out for
kind of grabbing as we go.
It makes absolute sense. Seeing like what we can gather, since we finally come out of sort of a mountainous area and we're on top of a mountain plateau that goes for miles.
Yeah, easy walking, but.
Yep. So resupply is with wits. Okay, I think I have good wits. I have 2 wits. It should be me. We can't always rely on your stats. I want to, but we can't. Your stats are very good.
Really?
Well, I feel like we could take a look see here and see how it goes. Let's try and gather supplies. Okay. I can't stop with that. we know these bonuses don't mean as much. Okay, I'm about to resupply with shadow. Okay, really fuck us. All right, roll. Yep, we're doing wits. I don't have infiltrator, so submit. We don't have anything else. Okay. Weak isn't bad, honestly.
All right.
Honestly, I think I will. So I have 2 momentum. I will take the 2 momentum hit for myself. So I'm at 0 momentum, which is. I'm okay with that. I'm not hurt by that. And we take 2 supply, so that bumps us up to 4.
Good. Okay.
I think it's represented.
Now I have the momentum. If we fuck up this last roll, we can.
Yep. Absolutely.
You've done the supply. I can take the next continuing the journey there.
I think the representation of this is. While you're trying to focus on like getting us where we're going, and I'm trying to focus on gathering, it's not something that Boss is used to doing. It's not something he's not a hunter gatherer. That's not his type of thing. But I think he's watched you enough that he's giving it his own shot. But like there's plenty of setbacks for him. There's missed opportunities. There's gathering resources that aren't very of a good quality, having to let those go. Wood that's rotted out that you have to like stop and point out and like throw a stick to the side like no rotted and just like. Oh, damn it. And like I think that's the momentum.
The pile started here and now it's like maybe
now it's like
here.
There. You're like not good, this is good.
No.
And like and also like a lot of
threes tonight.
This is sorry, it looked good. I thought the wood was never mind. And he just some of it's like you break it and it's like completely unhealthy and you just throw it to the side. I love that.
Terrible.
Yep. So momentum loss there, but we still are managed to gather
Slap
enough
him across
supplies.
the face with it.
Oh my god. So yeah, we're able to gather supplies and we are literally one roll away from being able to reach Red Rock's Gate if we want
do it.
If we want to risk it, because I've failed the 9 before. I have literally gotten a 9 and a 10 and failed, and it's so bad. It happened last episode. I was so sad. So
we've got the momentum.
Okay,
do this.
You can't actually use momentum on a
conclude you can't roll. On a close it? No.
You can't.
So should we travel one more time? Do you think?
I wonder if it's too safe. Are we not in a hurry? Is Kataka not wanting to get to the Red Gate as soon as possible? Or is she being extra cautious? Does she feel like she can afford the caution? Okay.
For sure.
Yeah, if you feel like we can afford the caution, absolutely.
I think both of us are being cautious, especially in the terrain we're in and the situation we got out of.
I'm into it.
For sure.
So instead of taking a rest, we gathered supplies on the way, and do we just want to push to that next roll?
Yeah. Trying to push, moving carefully, but there's still that sort of sort of urgency.
Pig is anticipating poor results.
Get out of here, Pig. Shut up.
I feel like you should still helm this. I feel like we're still on that plateau. We're still pushing forward.
Yep.
Yeah.
I do not get the +1, right? Because that's only when you break.
That was only when you broke camp. Yep.
Okay. Here we go. Modifier 0.
Guarantee it.
I'm burning it.
Oh, yeah, you have to,
it.
dude. That's a
I have
complication.
to.
Holy shit. But you can flip it into an opportunity. So if you burn it and you delete the dice, actually I don't know if because you literally delete the dice. I don't know if
is it still complicated.
Well, the idea is that it would flip to an opportunity. I don't think it does because the way momentum works is you delete the dice. At least that's the way I originally read it. So I don't think we get a boon. I think you spend the momentum to just
you neutralize it.
You neutralize it.
Yeah.
I don't believe.
Okay.
We've been saving that 10 momentum. We've been expecting something like this.
I've been banking this on purpose for something exactly like this.
The worst thing ever from happening. So I think this is just a strong hit, is what we would call it. It's just a basic strong hit, which means we mark that progress.
That's right.
We don't have to spend our what am I thinking? Forget it. I completely forgot. I was trying to think of something that we didn't have to spend in the situation. Oh, we don't have, because it's a strong hit. We don't have to lose supply. That's what I was thinking.
Right. And you make good use of your resources, so we mark progress. And
we mark progress, and we're at 10. Oh, what's else it say?
It says you move at speed, mark progress, and take +1 momentum, but suffer 1 supply.
If you want to, that's an option of yours. If you want to
so you flip between each one of them.
Yep. So the way it works,
choose one.
You choose. Yeah, you choose. Let me see. I haven't run the move in a while. So, yep. Choose one. Make good use of your resources and mark progress, or you move at speed. You choose one or the other. But do we want to take a supply hit here for you to be at 3 momentum?
No, because we're gonna have to close this out.
Okay.
I don't think that we should take the supply hit. I don't think we can risk it.
Okay. Conclude is the only thing left, and we're at 10. The only way we can fail this is if we roll double 10s. That's the only way. Or we could get a weak hit, because one of those challenge dice might be a 10.
Well, buddy, I got us here.
You did. I think you should roll to conclude. I think you should get us to the gate, man. I think you should get us to the gate. 100%. Please don't be a weak hit. I'm still nervous with a 10. That shouldn't be a thing.
You should be nervous.
Last episode got me PTSD because I was at 9 and straight failed. I was like, no!
Failed like that.
I couldn't believe it.
Oh my god. Okay, so where? So
on the shared sheet, on the shared sheet, you can just go to progress. You can hit conclude. It'll do it for you. Okay. We're good.
Roll a 10.
We're set.
10 to 3 to 9. We got a strong hit on conclude.
Because we got the 10. It was, oh my god, the fact that was a 9, we would have gotten a weak hit if you knocked out the last one. I swear to god, this game is against me. So, reach a destination. On a strong hit, the situation at your destination favors you. Choose one. You make another move now, not a progress move, and add +1, or take 1 momentum. What do you want?
It says make another move.
Yep. So the situation at your destination favors you. We should probably illustrate what that means.
Okay, let's start there first.
And then decide which of these boons makes sense. I already have an idea, but it's up to you. If you have one, I'd rather go with yours. But I already have an idea because there's stuff about Red Watch Gate I know, because Red Watch Gate has been played before.
Sorry, muted because of the clock.
Oh, are you good?
Clock chimes 12.
Yeah,
at 12. It's very loud.
What do you think? You think because I have something that would favor.
If you have something already, go for it. Because I do not.
Okay. So
I'm very much thinking like Game of Thrones, North Wall, sort of.
That is the situation.
Wall of Ice.
That is the situation.
Yeah.
Let me give you some details.
Blackwatch.
Yes, that is 100% what this is. So let me give you some details on this place that I have illustrated thus far,
okay,
since I have played this place already. I'm actually really excited and also nervous about this place because
great.
So Red Watch Gate. Redwatch Gate is one of the only known passages to the Shattered Wastes. It has suffered many a blow by winter storm and perhaps more. Those who are sentenced to guard it have only ever returned with horror stories of the sights that they have seen. Its iron towers were once painted red to symbolize the blood it took for the men and women to travel this far north and establish this settlement. Those paints have now long withered away. The tower stands as an icy black pillar to mark the gates to hell. The gate has stood strong since its creation, holding back whatever horrors wait upon the other side. Rumors, there are many rumors. Why did they build what did I write here? Why'd they build a blocker then? It's only ever run by a skeleton crew, if any. It's often more need to be sent up to Redwatch to guard the gate. Some say it's a better fate than the mines. Freezing to death in an archaic barrier or an arctic barrier, or having your mind taken from you. You choose. And it was apparently built upon a previous settlement, one of the old ones. Not
so
made.
It's haunted.
So it's haunted. So yeah, I think we approach and we see that sort of black pillared gate. I've actually drawn it at some point, but I don't have that sketchbook. It is
really?
It's
nice.
just a dark pillar that stands very, very tall, and I think on either side of it has like a wall that goes across this just small like valley opening in the.
Is there a giant flaming red eye at the top?
There is not a giant flaming red eye. Close.
It's
Close.
like the
You almost
opposite
found
of
me
Mordor.
out.
It's the opposite of Mordor. It's all cold and
It's
snowy.
all cold and snowy, and there's
it's a blue eye.
There's a
It's
blue eye at the top.
Yeah.
You didn't know you were playing the War of the Ring.
This was a Lord of the Rings RPG the whole time?
Yeah, gotcha.
Dang.
That being said, this system would work perfect for that world.
The red gate, but it's a tower and black, Wolf says.
Exactly, yeah. Listen, the paint
What's
wore
in a
away.
name?
The
What's
paint-
in a name?
The paint wore away. Yeah, I think as we approach, the thing about it is, too,
You know when blood dries out, it turns black, right?
Exactly. So either side of the gate, it does have a bit of a moat situation where it is just a crevice on either side, and then literally a gate that like falls down. So it's literally not only just a wall with a giant tower in the middle, it is a moat on either side of
So do they just have the drawbridge, or is there like a portcullis?
There's supposed to be a
what are we
drawbridge
talking?
on either side that opens up and makes it into like a
okay.
bridge that passes in, but there's literally man-dug pits on either side to go just hundreds of feet into the earth.
They've seen some shit.
They've seen some shit. They got to have a way to block this crap from happening. So as we approach, the benefit is one that I think is very dramatic and very interesting, and I want to know how.
Do it,
Kataka. We see a banner flapping in the wind of the tower. It is not the banner of Lost Home. It is not the banner of the Havens, nor is it a banner belonging to Redwatch Gate itself. All those symbols and the symbolism behind them are ones you would have grown up knowing. It is an entirely different banner, but still one that Kataka remembers. It is the battle banner of her brother Ikram.
Sick.
And she sees it flapping in the wind. I'm very curious about what her response is to this. I think we've kind of done the situation where it's like Sam and Frodo. They can see Mordor in the distance, kind of thing. Or they can see the Black Gate in the distance. We've kind of made the way over, and we can just sort of see it in the foreground, and we can or in the background, and we can see that flag. What is the? Yeah, I think to boss it means nothing. He says, "That must be it. The gate. We've made it."
I think oh man, shit, that's awesome. She doesn't fall to her knees or anything, but I think sort of like, kind of slacks her pack off for a second, and just seeing the banner of her brother she thought was dead, had not heard from him since he left, and seeing that it was up is just kind of like, she kind of walks to maybe the edge of the moat, kind of trails and leaves a trail of footprints away from her pack, and just kind of just looks up at it and is just laser focused on it, sort of locked in sight of it. Yeah.
Boss approaches sort of behind you. I think you sort of walked over on your own. He just sort of notices you've gone the way, and he's sort of catching up. Pack sort of behind him. He's there. It doesn't look as though anyone is manning it. He's gonna look up and down, and I'm imagining it looks abandoned from the side. Really? It's just I'm imagining like, yeah, there's nobody. But I think something that is audible, we can hear the sounds of like hammers coming from within we hear the sound of like
a forge,
like
a
something,
ching,
ching, ching, coming from within it. I mean, it's so silent, the only thing here is wind. We can hear it sort of traveling from within, but I don't know how many people man this side of the gate. They're less concerned about this side, you know.
You don't want to show that there are warm bodies here, obviously. You want to make sure that things are closed until the last moment.
I think the gate is up, or at least halfway up. What do you think?
Yeah. It's just enough. They use just enough energy to get the gate, maybe like 45-degree angle.
I did not bring a sounding horn with me. You think that our voices will catch on the wind? You just see that banner.
Perhaps I will.
I think the last time you saw that banner, because I mean you're a warrior, for sure. I'm imagining you fought alongside your brother in the Greywood Wars against the Wolf people. I don't know, like that banner is legit only for him. It doesn't really fly under anything other than his company.
Still, she's just speechless. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just trying to like peel away from it, but can't. It's almost like a dream come true.
Yeah. What boon do you think you get? Do you think you get to make a move now with +1? Compel the gate to come down? Like what do you think? Compel is a move, isn't it?
Is it?
I believe so.
I don't think I've ever taken it.
Compel is a move. You attempt to persuade someone to do something, envision your approach. I mean, compel whoever is supposed to be watching this gate to fucking listen and lower the gate. That would make sense.
Can we see if anyone's looking? Do we see someone poking out of a porthole sort of thing?
Do you think we should ask the Oracle? Like how many people are manning this side?
That's probably safe to do. We should see how many people are manning it at first. But I would imagine, especially in such a turbulent area, somebody's going to be watching someone approach.
I just totally know, because I've recently played in this area, what is happening here. That there is a distraction currently going on in this keep that it would cause people to not be here. But I think it's worth asking if anybody is somebody we can catch the attention of. Maybe just a guard on the wall, like you were saying, someone on a porthole that you can be like, hey, let's totally ask the Oracle here. I just want to ask them a question. Where is that now? Did they move it? I'm in Oracles. Ironsworn. Settlement trouble. Challenge rank. Did she move it? Oh no, where did she put just the basic role? Oh, I just want to ask the Oracle. That's a thing, isn't it? Did they have a search bar now or no?
Oracle, Ironsworn.
There's no
action,
ask
plot,
the Oracle.
Location, character.
Did they remove the Ask the Oracle button? I wonder if they thought it was redundant. I loved it.
Oh, I see under Oracle's Ironsworn. I mean, we've got like plot twist, settlement trouble, combat action.
What we need is the Ask the Oracle yes, no, maybe. Like that's literally
what
we're looking for, and it's
like an 8-ball.
It was like the 8-ball situation, and it's super no longer here. Did they move it somewhere where they thought it would be better accessible?
Moves? Ask the Oracle. Fate moves.
Oh, moves. Okay, it was in moves.
Yeah.
Okay, where is it? Fate moves.
Top left. Ask the Oracle right there.
Sorry, I'm having... Okay, yeah, Ask the Oracle right at the top. Okay.
Yeah, they've got the whole table with the light.
There it is. So how likely do we think it is that somebody is is here. Are we gonna have to find our own way?
Likely, not guaranteed, but I'm pretty sure someone is going to be watching.
All right, roll that bad boy.
All right.
Literally the question being, is there somebody watching right now that we can get it?
Is someone keeping watch to allow visitors in?
Yep. Roly, 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 poly.
Oh, I clicked the button.
Yep. You gotta click the little roll icon next to likely.
It did. I think a dialogue window was up because it's not working.
Oh, it's not working? I can roll it.
Alright, go ahead. Yeah, it didn't.
Yes.
Ha! Yes, of course.
Who is it? Yeah, is it just some guy in a port? Like, what is the situation? Is it just someone of the guards in the gates? Is he half asleep? Like.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Maybe he's like dozing off at the watch, or maybe he's awake now that, or maybe he's on high alert. Maybe some fucked up shit happened last night.
That could be it.
He's glued to the edge of the bridge. I think probably seeing the banner and sort of getting like a swell of not motivation, maybe just sort of like push.
Yeah.
She goes to where the imprints for the drawbridge are in the terrain, and she just shouts across to the gate. And she reaches down for her hammer.
Yeah.
And holds it out.
Yeah. You shout out to the gate. What exactly does she say? Like, what are the words? I'm wondering. She echoes out. She just say hail or?
Oh man.
Or do you think it's just a shout? I don't know if you have to detail
I
it.
think recognize the banner. It would be more in the name of Ikram of Lost Home. Lower the gate.
Yeah, shit. You just call out the name, and I think immediately this person takes notice to you. If they were keeping an eye, you've approached, and it's immediately like, and then he looks up as I think you've approached the situation, and he's immediately like calling down for someone else. Like, someone's at the gate. And before he can even like speak, you call out Ikram's name, and he says, Who calls out the name of the commander? Who are you to speak and travel this far?
His sister.
And I think, that just echoes across, and I think, how much does Boss know about your ties to Lost Home? A lot? Or did we reveal that? Or
she discussed with him that there was something going on with Black Iron underneath Lost Home, and
but
she
none
said
of her
that
ties.
She was responsible. I don't think that he knows about Ikram.
He
He knows about what's going on in Lost Home. I can't remember if we revealed that she was like Princess.
I don't know if we. I wonder if we did, because I don't remember if he was calling you a princess. At one point.
I know there was one night we.
Yeah. I think he'd be more surprised than anything. I think the focus wouldn't be on any kind of royalty situation, because I don't even know if he knows Ikram's name per se. He's just he's a bum. I think it's his sister, and I think immediately Boss says, "Wait, what? Your brother is here? You did not say anything about him."
I think as she's holding the hammer out, the clouds just in the area like above her slightly darken.
Ooh.
Nothing happens. Nothing happens. But it's very much the hammer's out for sure.
Getting a good look at you, seeing that you're Ironlander, seeing that you're human. There's really no reason for the Red Watch Gate to keep us out. It's actually probably more inclined to take anybody in who's traveled this far, because it's like you're human.
We need manpower.
Immediately
we're short-staffed right now.
Immediately, I think he just shouts down and says, "Someone claiming to be commander's sister, just lower the grates!" And it's immediately just and then they're coming down. We see the ice sort of falling off the huge iron chains as it just
there's a nasty scraping of metal on metal noise. Probably as it slowly comes down.
God, I can only imagine this one way. Do you walk out onto the? Do you walk out onto the?
Yeah, leaving the pack back there. Maybe Boss trips over it because it just kind of left it in her wake. I'll get this. Hammer down at the side. She moves forward.
So I'm imagining in the way this is illustrated, very Samurai Jack style. It's a long bridge. It's from we're looking at it from an angle where it's a very long bridge, and as you are,
just her silhouette like moving.
Oh my god! Yeah. As you are stepping out, because we can see the gate on the other side, and I imagine it's just sort of darkness. It's going into a pitch black, building. It's dark, and I imagine as you are crossing, Boss probably a good 20 feet behind you after he's collected the pack. You kind of making your way. I'm imagining this sort of silhouetted shot, and it'll kind of flip back and forth between this silhouetted shot and like your face and the gate. And I think we see stepping out of the shadows an imposing figure. We see a beast, a bear. There's no other way to describe it. A bear of a man step out onto the gate. The wood planks sort of churn from the weight, and I think as he steps out as well, and this is just an illustration I want to give you. You tell me if you want it or not. You feel the weight and recognize it. There is a feeling of recognition to the footfalls that are coming out here, and I think we see coming out of the darkness a wolf pelt across his pelt cloak across his shoulders. This man, wild hair, a jaw built like a brick house, comes stepping out. There is a pace in the way that he walks that is recognizable, that of a limp, and as he walks out and you recognize before you the imposing figure of your brother, the wind sort of crossing between both of you, very much like saloon style, high noon style, like facing each other down. Behind him out of the darkness comes another imposing creature. A wyvern maw sort of curls out. We see the wings curl out as well, as sort of framing the back of him is the form of a great red wyvern, about twice his size. As he steps out, he just sort of looks. He's got the big fucking axe curled on his back, built out of half of a small tree trunk. And he steps out. His eyes pierce. Says, "Who are you?"
I think probably that's all she can muster is just a side smile as she sees her brother.
Yeah. Looks, and he just says, I'm trying to imagine in this situation. Yeah, you just side smile him. Just looks and he says, "Are you Skuld?"
I am your sister, Kataka.
My sister is dead.
No.
No.
He steps further forward, getting closer to you.
Says, "You claim to be my blood, my kin. Prove it to me."
Gladly. Immediately, hammer down.
Immediate axe.
If we have to fight this shit out on this bridge,
oh, fuck.
She's going to duel the shit out of
him. Dude. Yeah, dude. Fuck yeah.
This is the way.
This is the way, dude. He takes the axe down at his side, the heft in it. We can see, dude, the axe is straight out of God of War. He's got the God of War axe.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, he literally has the
It's got like the Nordic
runes.
like finish in it, and yep.
And I think we could sort of hear the chirping of the wyvern behind him, smelling the tide of battle flowing in the way, and he just puts one hand out, and the creature recoils.
"This one's mine."
And dude, we have moves for this shit.
Yes, we do.
Let me get my.
We do. And I have no momentum left.
Oh my god, we're gonna beat the crap out of each other. Okay, let me get my extras out here. Fuck, dude, I wasn't expecting this, but it immediately happened. I was like, are we gonna fight? Yes, we are. Of course we're going to fight, dude. We are
a
skulls.
northern, we're fucking northern tribe. This is how it works.
Absolutely. All right, so Jesus, I've never done this PvP. So where are my battle moves? Combat moves. Enter the fray, strike, turn the tide, end the fight, battle. There is literally supposed to be a move that's called draw a circle. Let me just draw.
Yeah, it's under relationship.
There it is,
moves.
relationship moves, draw the circle. Okay. God, I gotta see what this does. When you challenge someone to a formal duel or accept a challenge, roll plus heart. If you share a bond with this, you fucking do. You 100%
+1.
do +1. On a strong hit, take +1 momentum. You also choose up to 2 boasts and take +1 momentum for each. One of your boasts is that you're his sister. For sure. On a weak hit, you may choose 1 boast in exchange for +1 momentum. So yeah, on a strong hit, so 2 of the boasts are here. You've got Hold No Iron and Grant for, like, it's all like moves to start a battle. I feel like you're drawing the circle more than he
probably
is, and I also don't know if I need to. I don't know if I need to roll as Ikram. I think it's easiest. I wonder, because I don't know how PvP works, and without having to dive into those moves, I think we just need to give Ikram a challenge rating. Do you think that makes sense?
Sure.
I think that makes
however you want to do that.
Absolute sense here, because then we can keep it the normal tide of battle. So, and I'll describe Ikram's stuff, and you describe you. We'll treat him as like a creature in this scenario. So, draw that circle, my man. We gotta see what you can do here. Don't miss. Because he'll have advantage. Oh, weak hit. You may choose 1 boast in exchange for +1 momentum. You could take a momentum or a boast. It's up to you. That's what it's basically saying. That's what it seems to be saying.
Choose 1 boast in exchange for 1 momentum.
So instead of a momentum, you take a boast. So you could just be a momentum, or you could take one of these, which would immediately... So you could grant first strike. Oh, no, I get what this is. No, I got it completely wrong. These are all sacrifices, and you get momentum for each one, for one that you take. So you can gain momentum by, like, being like, I'll do this with one hand behind my back kind of situation.
Yeah.
So... Don't pick to the death. That's not what you want.
That was off the list at the beginning. Yeah.
You could grant first strike, bury yourself. It's up to you what you think you want to do in this situation.
I think grant first strike makes sense.
Okay.
Like he needs to move in, take his move, and see how she reacts to actually get.
It makes sense.
Who she is.
It makes sense. I'm gonna bust open the shared sheet and give Ikram a track here. So
bar. Yeah.
What kind of Ikram, what kind of what level is he? Do we think? A troublesome, dangerous, formidable, extreme, epic? How big of a battle is this between you two?
Oh my god. I think it's formidable.
Okay, that makes sense to me.
This is gonna be... We're both huge.
Yeah.
You know.
Absolutely.
One of us came back from the dead. The other one traveled the wastes, you know.
Absolutely. That makes sense. So I think that means that you're immediately giving them initiative, so I don't know if you even have to make the fight move. The enter battle move. I think draw a circle is just an alternate way to enter a battle. Let me quick check the moves really quick. Combat moves, yeah, because enter the fray is what decides initiative. Yeah, we've already decided.
And I'm just
initiative.
handing initiative to him.
So he has initiative in this scenario, and like most creatures in this game, which we're treating Ikram as a creature in this battle, your moves are what dictate what he does, but you can't strike. Strike is only if you have initiative. You also can't end the fight. So the only thing that you can do in this scenario is Turn the Tide, which is a one-time move, or you can Clash this situation if you want. And I think, or you can choose to secure an advantage or face a danger. That's like running away. Securing an advantage can be kind of anything you can creatively come up with. I'm just doing a quick.
Yeah, so it's going to be. I mean, Clash makes sense because if your foe has initiative and you fight them in close quarters, this is definitely going to be close quarters combat.
So what is the situation? Do you just sort of like open your arms, like take the first hit, like the kind of thing?
Yeah, I think it's like a. She's not gonna be cocky about it because it's very much like a traditional. This is how it works, sort of thing. It's very common.
Yeah.
It's more of a. Maybe she like holds her weapon out and is kind of just.
Yeah.
You know, like.
You know the codes. Good. Let's see how well you hold them up.
And he just moves forward and just goes for this.
I love that this is on the bridge. That's ridiculously long. This is totally
comes in
samurai duel.
Big swing, yeah, absolutely. Clash away. Let's see.
Roll a clash. Here
let's
we
see
go.
what happens. Yep.
And I'm gonna go with, because you can choose edge or iron. I'm gonna hit iron because it's her highest stat.
Yeah.
She's probably just gonna bear the first.
It makes complete sense.
Because he's got initiative.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh.
Started this off right.
Yep. So you inflict your harm and choose one. So he goes for the swing and it doesn't hit. I think he goes in. He had every opportunity to take an advantage on it, but I think you can feel with the way he's moving, he's not like he was in his other days. He's just a tick slower, and you can predict it. He goes to swing in, and I think the axe just clatters right into the wood. And I believe that's when you get to do your situation here with the clash. Inflict harm and choose one.
So I think she's not looking to harm him necessarily, so I think I'll take the momentum with the bolster position. Yep.
Okay. Your weapon, because you have a normal weapon, that will actually deal 2 harm. Because any standard weapon made of iron deals 2 harm as a normal. So you got 2 ticks on him. What does that? Yeah, what does that look like as he misses the strike? He slams the axe into the wood.
I think because she's like one step ahead of him, and he goes to like swing the axe. Maybe she brings the hammer up at the same time and sort of with the head of the hammer hits the axe edge.
Yeah.
And just totally like throws him off balance.
I
just the weight behind it, and he kind of like, you know, he does the recoil thing. Yeah. Just thrown backwards. Yeah.
Coil back.
So that's where the momentum comes from. So she can like move in with this next.
Dude, there's got to be that ping of metal that just keeps echoing for the next like 50 seconds of the battle.
I like if it's in slow motion and she's like swinging it up from the bridge. You hear the hammer. It's like, you know, as the metal goes by.
I love that. That's so good. All right, and so you have initiative now, and you take the momentum. It's up to you if you want to go for strikes, turn the tides, secure advantages, face danger. It's completely up to you what you think. What you think your next move is.
So my asset, Thunderbringer, is fucking amazing when I strike a foe to knock them back, stun, or put them off balance.
Mm-hmm.
I can do 1 harm instead of 2 and take +2 momentum on a hit.
Ooh, so you get another. So you technically are getting 3 total momentum from this because of the +1 on the roll.
So instead of like trying to beat the shit out of him, it's more of him like trying to throw him off balance and get him to submit.
Dude, what is your momentum at right now?
+1.
Oh, it is at +1. Wait,
yeah, that's why I'm trying to pull momentum. I burned all 10 on our Undertake journey. So
you just took away one of the damages, and you're adding 2 more, so you should be at 3, right?
Yeah. So I'm gonna take strike, obviously, and then she's gonna try to off balance him.
Okay.
Because that's part of the feature.
Okay.
She's gonna try and throw him off balance, inflict 1 harm instead of 2, so he takes 1. And then I take +2 momentum, but it's on a hit. I have to hit with this. Strike.
So with a strike is how that works. Okay, that's what you're doing.
I have to throw this strike.
All right, yeah, go for it.
go for Iron again, just putting like all of her power and weight behind this.
Absolutely.
Sure. Try to push him off balance. Motherfucker. Yeah. Roll a 10.
Shit. Dude, Kataka's kicking ass.
So on a hit, which I did, is so he only takes 1 harm instead of 2, and I take +2 momentum, so I'm at +3.
Yep. So
and then on a strong hit, I also create an opening and add +1 on my next move.
So you have +1 on your next move. So because you got a strong hit in the original strike, you are taking your 2 down to 1, but a strong hit by itself already gives +1, so it's technically 2. It's still 2 when it would have been 3. And you're at 3 momentum?
Yes.
Perfect. And you get +1 on your next move. Yeah. So I think you've completely thrown him off. You smashed into this, and then like, what is this strike look like exactly again? Can you detail it for me one more time?
So she initially like hit his axe to try to get him, just sort of like, maybe it kind of vibrates his axe and kind of throws him off. He can't like get full control of it.
Yeah.
So she does like a spin, and because she's got to carry the weight of the hammer around, so she kind of spins, and then I think probably trying to sort of use the flat side of the hammer, she comes back around to hit him in the chest and sort of
I love that. He just gets like tossed back.
Yeah.
I imagine his axe is distance from him. It's like embedded in the wood, and he's kind of like knocked out, weaponless in the moment.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah,
and he takes 1 harm instead of 2 from 2. That. So.
Yep. So he's only at 3 total harm because of the strong bonus with +1. So he's at 3 out of the 10 that's required to finish the fight.
And I took my 2 momentum, and I get +1 on my next move. So
perfect. So what is your next move?
So I still have initiative because of strong hit?
As long as you hit, you get initiative. Anytime you fail, you lose initiative.
So I think she's going to...
You've got this fight under control right now, man. You are showing up.
I know. So I'm like trying to... Oh, I just strike again.
Yeah.
Serious business.
Yeah. If it's just another strike, go in. Sometimes it's just these quick moves.
So she's going to roll strike with iron.
All right.
And then this is +1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Weak hit with a strike. So inflict your harm, and then you lose initiative.
Yeah, I lose the initiative to him, but he takes 2? You said
2
normally with
an axe.
Okay.
Yep, with a weapon. So he's at half. Yeah, I'm imagining this scenario with a weak hit. You inflict your harm, but you lose initiative. I think like as you come in for this next attack, however you go about it, he's able to grab the scruff of your shoulder in some situation, get control of your momentum, and shove you off, and get distance between you, him, and his axe.
Skid the back foot on the wood, sort of thing. Like
yeah. Skid your back foot. Yeah, like almost kind of like shoving you off the edge kind of situation. Like we're coming close to that. I think that's kind of tense in the moment as he shoves you back. I think he's positioned himself where his axe is at his side, and he just grabs onto that tree trunk, pulls it up out of the wood.
Impressive.
And he just.
So what is Boss doing all this during
Boss
all
is...
this shit?
Yeah,
that's
Boss,
my question, because like they've
just...
clashed and they're already going at
Boss
it.
Is just watch. I think he's just. What is happening? He's just sitting there like. Should I help? He doesn't like know what to do. He's just like, it's a situation where it feels so strongly like he shouldn't get involved. Like this is a family issue. He's just like, and I think he's stunned. He's just watching in the distance. He's a background character at the moment.
Perfect.
I think for sure. So he has initiative, and I think, as he flips his axe, grabbing in the hand, wipes the blood from his mouth.
Impressive.
He moves forward immediately, lunging at you, that sort of bear-like strength, imposing figure, moving like literally you're getting charged by an elephant. A clash is an opportunity here, unless you want to try to face danger or secure advantage.
Well, I could be cocky and turn the tide.
Ooh.
So risk it all and may steal initiative from my foe to make a move. When I do add +1, take +1 momentum on a hit. If I fail to score a hit,
you suffer a dire outcome.
Yeah. So I think not having seen him for so long, she's on like this high of like, Yeah. And she's probably gonna try to end it quick and turn it around on him while he's got initiative.
Okay.
So. Well, let's just give it a roll. Let's give it a roll.
Keep it game. Let me see. Is it rolling?
I think so.
I believe it is. Just a sec. Once per fight, when you risk it all, you may steal initiative from your foe and make a move, not a progress move. When you do, take +1 and add +1 momentum on a hit.
If I fail to score a hit on that move. So is this like a +1
Oh,
towards
this is
the
a
next
+1
thing?
towards your next hit. So
So
now
I'm stealing the initiative from him to do something.
to do something. Yep, you may steal initiative from your foe to make a move right now, not a progress move. So you don't click turn the tide. You steal initiative to strike now. It's a chance to come back when you.
But if I fuck it up, it's extra fuck up.
Yeah, exactly. Mechanically, turn the tide is great when you're trapped in a downward spiral and you can't get out of having no initiative. So yeah, I think you go to turn the tide. You just
I'm just trying to dominate him.
Yeah,
Like this
absolutely.
isn't even a position of weakness. It's more like
So,
probably.
You could do strike or the face danger or secure advantage, whatever you're doing would dictate that. Because face danger and secure advantage also are good moves to do if you feel like you're not doing an attack. It's completely up to you.
Let's do.
Because face danger could be a grapple, or secure advantage could be a grapple rather than that. Like if you just want to pull him down, but strike is if you feel like you just want to get him in battle. That's up to you.
Let's do. I like the face danger. Very much try to like get the weapons out of the situation and try to like,
just go in barefisted.
Either grapple him or try to flip him to the ground or something.
Yeah, and the danger that you're facing in this scenario is he's a literal bull coming at you, and you're like,
Yes.
I'm gonna take it. Like I'm gonna take it right here.
The only thing in this area built like I am, so.
Yeah, I feel like it's literally like I'm going to try to take this hit. That's the danger that you're facing, and like just weather it.
So act with aggressive action. I would assume forceful defense, strength, blah blah blah. So I'm gonna roll plus iron.
Iron makes sense here for face danger. Absolutely, holding your ground completely. And with the turn the tide, you get a +1, right? To the situation.
Turn the tide is when you do add +1 and take +1 momentum on a hit.
Perfect. So you
So
get a +1
I add
to
+1.
this face danger.
Yes.
Don't fail it. It'll go very poorly if you fail it.
That's why we're here. We're here the failures. It's the only way to get XP. Okay, roll iron and then +1 on this. Motherfucker. I got an
10,
11.
the
I
10.
rolled an 11.
Oh my god. Oh, I love it. So it is on a strong hit. You get a +1 momentum. You'll get +2 momentum in this situation. So I think
I'm up to 5.
You're up to
from
5.
3.
That's amazing. So I think he like bull rushes you and you catch him and he pushes you and we see your boot slide right up to the edge of the bridge. Like there's a pit, 100-foot pit right on the other side, and you stop him and he just kind of looks at you
Yeah,
wide-eyed.
just both hands. Like
Yeah.
maybe he's bringing the axe in and she grabs the handles.
Yeah. Grabs the
And
handles.
tries to they're doing the whole struggle thing.
Yeah, they're locked in. I love it. Yeah, you straight stopped him and just gained even more momentum. You still have initiative. It's still in your area.
Yeah.
What do you do from here?
Yeah.
He's pushed
So I
you to
think
the edge.
We're probably going to. Oh fuck! I feel like I want to clash. I want to get like this momentum rolling, but I should.
I mean, can you clash unless you? So when your foe has initiative, he has to have initiative.
Oh,
for you
only
to
when he
clash.
has it, because I took it from him.
Yep.
So it's gonna be strike. I'm gonna strike him.
Yep, and you continue to have it with this success in this scenario. Yeah, you could strike again.
So when I have initiative and attack in close quarters, roll iron.
Mhm.
Yep, and I'm not attacking at range, so this is not edge. So we'll go ahead and strike. We're going for iron. Boom.
Weak hit. You lose initiative, but you inflict your harm, which is 2. Puts you at 7.
2. Yeah, so
Yeah.
probably like they're wrestling over this axe thing, and I think she probably like beats him with the handle real quick. Just gets like a handle strike in the face.
Yeah, I think he puts one boot in the middle of your chest and pushes you, just
Yeah.
pulling you off of this thing, and sort of. I imagine his initiative just throws you to the ground.
Oh sure.
In this scenario, so I think you plunge to the sort of the icy wood.
So she's got to play like on her back real quick for this next one.
Yep. We can hear the clap of the wood hit his meaty palm, and as it does, he whips up this this fucking axe and just holds it right over. You can see just the power of the muscle, just brings it going straight down on top of you. I think it's a clash. You could face danger, roll out of the way. You could clash and try to stop it. Like, what do you? What do you
so
think?
it's gonna be clash. She's gonna reach over and grab the hammer.
Yeah.
And try to like get the hammer back in because she was trying to like put him down.
Yeah.
So that they weren't actually trading blows anymore. But now that he's bringing the axe back in, it's immediately like back for the hammer. And I think instead of like full striking him with it, it's Thunderbringer, so it's going to like spark with electricity.
Yeah,
and
no,
try to like shove like with the force, like shove him back off of her. So
I love that. That's awesome.
So I'll roll clash because it's close quarters iron.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, man. It's not going.
Clash? You should just be able to click clash.
Yeah. I just clicked it. It's not working.
Try one more time.
Iron. Modifier 0. There we go. I think I clicked before the 0 popped in.
Weak
so
hit.
So on a... Yep, I inflict my harm, but then pay the price. And I give him initiative.
And the foe initiative. Paying the price. And you give the foe initiative. I think I know what this is. So we're going to inflict the harm. I feel like I'm talking too much. I don't know if it should be something you have, but I'm imagining
no, it's okay.
So
I think
things.
the harm she inflicts is using the lightning, like the thunder.
Yeah.
And it actually hits him, but maybe his attack still comes through.
I think it does.
Because it didn't succeed. Like the idea was to throw him back with whatever it was.
Yeah, it didn't throw him back. So I think the lightning sort of rips across, and he goes to bring the axe down because he's going to hit you. But I think as it strikes, I think the lightning like halts the axe throw from coming all the way down, like you were talking about. It's almost like a shield kind of situation. As it hits, and as it does, I think you see the lightning as it wraps around, and totally the damage that's done in this situation is he gets hit by it. It rips across past. But I have an interesting sort of lore bit here I think would be really cool to connect to you. The lightning hits the metal of his axe, and as it does, you see the iron as it hits, and the literal like arcs of lightning start filling into the runes on his blade, and it almost absorbs into it. And as it does that, and it's like a break, like a break back. He's still standing. You're on the ground. He's ripped up. He's definitely like taking the most hits in this situation, and then he looks and he says,
I know that steel. I know that steel anywhere.
And he I think he just thinking for a moment, goes to lunge in. I think you should make a conclude right now, because I have a really cool way I think this should conclude.
Okay.
I think you should go for a conclude on this roll.
All right, I will click it.
Give me. Okay, weak hit. What does that mean?
All right.
On a finish. End the fight. As above, but you must choose one. Which of these makes sense here? Let me. The way I'm imagining end the fight is he goes to strike, and instead of striking you down with the blade, I think it's like this one attack that you think he's finally going to get it through, but as he goes to strike down, it's the hilt of his weapon, and it stops right in front of you as if to offer it to pick you up off the ground. It's literally, instead of the blade coming down, it's just,
he has to change the part like at the last second.
It's just
and it's very much
the
like
hilt. Yeah, I'm just imagining it. I'm imagining it like that because of the. It's literally you're using Thunderbringer. He knows that weapon. That is his sister's weapon, and I'm wondering how you pay in this scenario. Just stress.
Because I have to pay the price, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's the end the fight situation here of paying the price. I feel like it's just. I'm wondering stress. What do you think? It's worse than you. Well, it's.
I just got the spirit back, man.
I know.
Stress out. Probably.
Or I wonder if him handing over.
We're not like facing death, or we're not facing desolation or anything.
Okay, I think instead of because the hilt is maybe too good of a situation, him handing you over the hilt, I think he does just strike you to make sure you bleed.
Okay, so endure harm.
I wonder if it's just endure harm. Like I wonder if he goes to strike with the axe.
Oh shit!
And
if I roll a 1 to 10 on this, that would suck.
I think it's more like he goes to strike with the blade, but it's a situation where he doesn't. He's like sort of lifted the blade to just like scrape you, like just to put a cut right on your shoulder, kind of situation, and make sure you are who you say you are.
Endure harm. All right.
I think it's only 1 harm. You roll it.
Iron, right?
Right,
can I do health? Or
it's up to you.
It doesn't.
With endure harm, the endure harm move.
Suffer health equal to your foe's rank or is appropriate to the situation. If your health is
1.
0, suffer momentum equal to any remaining health.
Yep. I would just roll and choose health or iron, whichever one you think would.
So I would take 1 health damage.
1 health
already.
damage automatically, and then this is to roll to see if things are worse.
Okay. So I'm rolling with then roll plus health or plus iron, whichever is higher, which would be my. They're both the same, so I'm just gonna roll.
Doesn't
iron.
matter.
Yeah.
Totally doesn't matter. Strong hit.
Battered but still standing.
Shake it off. Yeah.
Yep.
I think the way this strike goes is he brings an arm down to pull you up and just brings the blade and sort of digs it into the shoulder. Like he's rough about it. He's not gentle. He doesn't care.
Yeah.
He knows that if you are who you say you are, you can endure it. And he just rips the edge of the blade right across your shoulder and blood just spills down.
She doesn't even, as he does that, doesn't even flinch. She knows it's coming. So, yep.
And I think
she's still laying on the bridge, right?
Yeah.
She's totally laying
Yeah,
there.
he's like kind of down like over you. And as he cuts and the blood runs out, I'm imagining he just draws his palm across your shoulder and literally tastes the blood to make sure you're human.
Holy shit, this guy's fucking metal.
And he spits off the edge of the bridge and just drops you. He just says,
How the fuck are you still alive?
The same question I should be asking you.
He steps back, rips his axe out of the ground. Because I think there's just multiple moments, even after he got the blood, where he's just launching this axe into the wood and the ground. Like that's very much a common move. He just peels the axe out, and he says,
"So she's gonna stand because the hammer's laying there."
Yeah.
And I think she's just gonna hold her hand out, and there's gonna be like sparks between it. It's just gonna like the handle's gonna come up.
Well, whatever brought you here, welcome to hell.
And he turns towards the gate and starts walking out. He says,
You don't want to get in before you freeze to death.
And he just keeps walking out towards the towards the darkness, and that's his polite way of saying you're invited to come in to a Red Watch gate. I think you've proven. I mean, he fucking owned that fight. I think he totally proved who you were. More than that.
So she's gonna kind of like look. She knows Boss is watching, so she's not even gonna fully turn to look at him. She just kind of does the the head cock thing. Like, let's go.
Is that your? I won't ask. I won't ask.
Just gonna start walking.
Yeah.
She knows he'll catch up.
Yeah. And I think we enter into Red Watch Gate at last. We have made it.
Oh my God.
By invitation of your brother Ikram, by steel and blood, we have made our way in.
So good.
We only have 7 minutes left. Is this the perfect place to call it? What do you think?
Fuck. I mean, yeah. Otherwise, I'm gonna want to keep going.
I know we'll start too much to get into Red Watch Gate and everything that's going on there. I feel like this is just too good of an ender.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you're in. Okay, so absolutely hacks for Skilla. Like, all the fucking, like, that fight was so easy for you.
Just so biased.
Weak, strong, weak. I'm like, does this girl miss? Does this woman miss? Like, there's no miss on her record. Just
beating
none.
the shit out of him. Yeah.
Just like, you got him, man. Like, it has to do everything with, like, he's been wounded and he's still alive. While, because of things we know, Kataka got like a second chance at life. She's got like the strength of youth still on her side.
Yeah.
Like, fuck. I think that's the other thing, probably why he didn't believe it was you, because I think you don't.
It's been so long,
and you haven't changed.
Yep.
Because we know what you are. And you like, he's like, impossible. It's been a year, more than that. But God, skeptical too. Still, I think, even though he has to admit that you are who you are, there's gotta be some skepticism there to add to the drama.
Yeah.
Oh God, Roadwatch Gate is gonna be fun. It is.
That's gonna be awesome.
When we get into it, just think the watch. Just the watch from Game of Thrones. That's what we're stepping into.
That's exactly what I thought.
2,000%.
I mean, it's frozen wasteland up here.
2,000%. This is the watch. I based a lot of it off the watch. It's got the cloaks, the situation. We are in the watch from Game of Thrones.
All right,
without a doubt.
It works for me.
Oh, too good. Good cliffhanger, indeed, Wolfgang. All right. Well, I believe we can close out for the evening. This was an absolute blast. Thank you, Joshua, for joining
Very good.
me.
Of
for
course.
Some Ironsworn.
It's been a while. It's been good.
I love Ironsworn so much. I'm so geeked for Starforge. I want to play the sci-fi version of this so fucking bad.
You want to be fucking Han Solo?
I want to be Han Solo. I cannot wait. The minute that lands, I'm gonna have that shit read in like 2 days and a game going. It'll be fucking awesome.
For sure.
And we will check it out. Very cool. I'd like to thank everybody who dropped by. We had quite a few. Wolfgang, for Skilla, Pigman, Continuity Rift, limited gameplay. Always love when you drop by, buddy. And Zero, but we know who that is. Thank you. Who the fuck is that? Thank you guys for stopping by and hanging out with us this evening during our game. And if you're watching us over on YouTube later on and you are just hanging out, or if you're from the Ironsworn Discord, thanks for stopping by, friend. Enjoy your company. Before I close, as I always must do, I need to make some quick shout outs to people who have provided this this wonderful game this evening and the joy that it has brought us. We have Ironsworn, made by Sean Tompkin. There is a Discord to join. The game is free. It's super amazing. Totally check out Ironsworn. Sean Tompkin did an excellent job, and the fact that this is at zero cost to anybody is insane. It is way too good for free. Way too good for free. Thank you again, Sean. And our music for the evening, Danheim Music, an individual named Mike Olsen, a Danish producer, creating some amazing Viking-themed music that matches perfectly to Ironsworn. Check out danheimmusic.com or his YouTube channel for some amazing tunes, like what we're listening to here and what you'll hear in the outro. And I believe that is everything. Thank you again for joining me this evening, Joshua and chat. We will catch you hopefully next weekend for some more Ironsworn. Until then, take care. See ya. Bye.
Have a good one. Bye.